Hello my friends, my name is Omid and welcome to my another tutorial videos about React programming. In this tutorial I'm going to speak about React class component state, and I should say that I have tutorial about state but about function component. As you know, we have two types of components, functional components and class components. In this tutorial I'm going to focus on class components. You should know that React class component have a built-in state object, and you might have noticed that we use a state earlier in the component constructor tutorial. Okay, but we should explain that the state object is where you store property values that belongs to the component, and when the state object changes, the component re-renders. Let's explain it in a very simple example. The state object is initialized in the constructor, and in this simple example, in book class component, we specify the state object in the constructor method by this way. First of all, we have constructor props and super for initializing the properties values, and here with this statement, with this syntax, this.state, we have defined a property that it's a category here, and we gave a value to it, web, and now we have a render function, and this simple book component will return my book inside h1 tag. Okay, but I want to say that the state object can contain as many as property you like. For example, here in this book component, in previous code, just we defined category, but here we can have category, title, and author by adding its value and initiating in this constructor method. Okay, but until now we haven't used state object yet. But how can we use the state object? If you look at this code carefully, you can understand that by referring to a state object anywhere in the component, we can use all the properties, and just we should type this.state property name. It's the syntax that we can use for using the state object inside our components. Look at this code please carefully. Here we have defined book component, a class component, and then with constructor we have defined properties, and we initiated its value, for example web for category, and easy react for its title, and John for the author of our book component. Look at here, inside h1 tag we have category and this.state category. I have added the property name after this.state syntax, and also in p tag I have used this.state again the property name. Here is title, and for next one is author. Okay, let's look at all code here. Yes, just we added import React from React, import React DOM from React DOM, and in the end of our code we should use this function React DOM.render, and we called book component here, and in continue we have document dot get element by id root, and here we have defined our book component with these values, and we initiated it, and we use the state objects by this way. Let's see the result. Yes, if you go to your local host 3000, you can see this result category web in a large size because it's inside h1 tag, and then has a book, easy react, the title of our book, and written by John. John is our author name. But the second question is how to change state object. To change a value in the state object, we should use this.state method. And when a value in the state object changes, the component will re-render, meaning that the output will change according to the new values. Okay, let's see the whole code here and see how to use this concept. Okay, for changing, for example, the author name, first of all it's John, and we are going to change it to Omid. For changing it, we should use this.state method. Okay, and we have defined another function in this way, and we added a new value for author. We use this.state, and there we defined a button that by the event like onClick calls change author function in this way. Okay, and it's the label of our button, change author. Let's see the result. Also, in this tutorial, I'm going to introduce you a very useful website for checking your React codes, and it's stackblitz.com. Let's consider this website together and check our codes there. By typing this URL here, stackblitz.com, you enter this very useful website for programmers, and here in the first page, in front-end frameworks and libraries, you can select React and JavaScript and go to its page. You can select here index.js and paste your code here and see the result in the right side. Okay, we have category web, what we have defined here inside h1 tag, and now we have a button for changing the state object values, and here I expect by clicking on this button the change author function here with the setState method work for me and change the author name from John to Omid. Okay, let's check it by pressing the button. Change author. Yes, it changed. I tried to explain React class component state with very simple example. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if really you enjoyed, please subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.